Porterhouse, New York strip, filet, anything you want to consider it, it's all here, guys. You got your New York strip here, you got your filet side here, and just a little knowledge, how you tell a difference between a porterhouse and a T-bone. I always used to think they were all the same, just one was a little smaller than the other, which is kind of correct, but a porterhouse actually has 2 inches or wider of a filet cut. So if this portion right here is 2 inches or smaller, you got yourself a T-bone, which is good eating too. But this is a porterhouse, USDA Prime. Let me show you all the marbling on this bad boy here. Look at that running all throughout it. Golly, that's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna do some awesome stuff to this steak today to make it delicious and flavorful and something that anybody can enjoy. And we're gonna go ahead and hit it with some of this Chop Shop steak seasoning. It's got a great texture to it, nice grind. I'm not gonna go too heavy, but we are gonna put a little bit on here. Just like that, and pat it in. And since we got good textures in this seasoning, we don't have to let it set for too long. Let's go ahead and get this side seasoned up as well. And that's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna season this up with the Chop Shop. Let me finish this up, and I'll show you how we're gonna elevate this porterhouse to the next level. Man, y'all don't wanna miss out. Stick around. All right, let's take this porterhouse to Flavor Town, guys. In here, I've got about 2.5 tablespoons of some olive oil, sea salt, butter, and we're gonna add to that a little bit of some squeezed garlic. Now you can squeeze your own freshly, but I have this right here. And this is what's gonna kick it up another level. We're gonna cut us up a little bit of jalapeno, and we're gonna make us a compound butter. So let me show you how we do that. We're gonna cut the stem off there, trying to avoid the seeds. Just cut right along the edges there, trying to avoid the seeds. That's gonna keep it flavorful, but not over spicy. And this is an easy way just to core your jalapeno without messing around with that inside stuff. Just like that. That's enough for this. We're just making enough for maybe 1 or 2 steaks, since a porterhouse does have 2 sections on it. Now you want to go ahead and bunch these fellas together here, just like that. And we're gonna get some fine chops in here. We don't want huge chunks of jalapeno. So let's go ahead and put our squeezed garlic in there. I'm probably gonna put about a tablespoon of that in there as well. Just like that. And this butter has been sitting out for just a little bit, so let's get our jalapenos in there. Got a fine chop on those. I'm gonna combine all those flavors. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this all mixed up. Man, that's smelling awesome already. And what we're gonna do with this right here is we're actually gonna baste our steak with this compound butter as we cook. So we're gonna have that garlic in there and that fresh jalapeno and that olive oil, sea salt, butter. So that's gonna be awesome. And then right when we rest our steak, we'll put a nice little slab of this right underneath the steak for it to sit on, so it can get all those flavors in it. Look at that compound butter. You can see the jalapeno, the garlic, that butter's looking awesome, nice thickness to it. Can't wait to baste our steak with this. Let's get that kettle lit up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get this porterhouse on. This is smelling awesome. I have a trickle of a few hickory chips, and then I also added some awesome wood. It's a whiskey spiced apple pie moonshine. It's oak, but it's soaked in some moonshine by VIP Barrel. So we've got an awesome aroma in the air on the Baby Weber kettle. Let's go ahead and get our steak on. And now I know a lot of y'all are wondering, why is he using a baby kettle? Well, I've seen a lot of comments on my posts, and a lot of people live in apartments, and they're asking what's the best grill for an apartment. And I think this Baby Weber kettle is one of them. So we're going to show how much you can actually do on this baby kettle. So we're going to shut this down. I got the coals set up over here. We're cooking indirect over here. I'll check on that in 15 minutes. That much closer to Flavor Town, guys. It's time to check on this steak, see what it's looking like internally. Man, that's smelling awesome. Now I have added a few more wood chips to this grill here. It does need a little bit more TLC than a bigger Weber, but it's doing the job. This is looking awesome. We're getting a color change, so it's absorbing some good smoke. Let's take a peek at the internal of the New York strip. 104. Let's take a peek at the fillet. Right about 104 as well. So what I want to do now is flip this over. Keep our New York strip side towards the heat there. There we go, just like that. Man, that's smelling good. Let's shut this down and I'll catch back up with y'all when it's time to baste it with that jalapeno garlic butter. And now comes the time to finish this bad boy up. We got our fire going nice and hot. Time to sear this up for about a minute or so each side. Let's hear this sizzle. Woo! That smells great. Listen to that. Got that hickory wood and that apple moonshine in there. As soon as we flip this steak over, we're going to baste it with our butter. So we're going to let that ride out just for a little bit there. Man, I can't wait to try this. Comment down below, what have you done to a steak that was just out of bounds before that turned out awesome? Take a peek. It's looking good so far. Got about 20 seconds to go. I know there's a lot of people that say, hey, all you got to do is set the steak on there. 2 minutes one side, 2 minutes another side, and you're done. But I'm looking to make it as perfect inside as I can for a medium rare. So we're going to just be moving it around a little bit. And it's okay to look at it and see how it's going. That's looking great. Let's flip it over. Now comes the Flavor Town, guys. We're going to baste the already seared side up with this jalapeno garlic butter. I took about a tablespoon of what we made earlier and melted it down a little bit. It had been sitting out, kind of coming to room temperature, but melted it down a little bit. There we go. Just like that. Whew. Check that out. Let me bring y'all in for a close-up. Woohoo! Man, check that out. Listen to that. Look at that beautiful golden color around the fat right there. Alright, and before we eat, guys, we've got a little bit of that garlic and jalapeno compound butter we made. We're just going to place a tablespoon of that right on the cutting board. And off camera, I actually grilled up a little bit of asparagus, so we're just going to place that right over that butter. It's still warm. We're going to let that butter soak up just like that. And we've got just enough for the star of our show left of our compound butter, just like that. Put it on the cutting board. And then we're going to place our porterhouse steak right over it so it can soak up all those juices as we cut it up. Don't want to let any of this go to waste either. Pour those juices right on your steak and your veggies. Just like that, guys. Now the only thing left to do is to try this beauty out. You can see all the jalapeno pieces, the minced garlic, completely juicy. The asparagus looks great. I'm gonna go and take a piece of the New York strip first. Man, it's tender, extra juicy. Look at that, guys, perfect. I'm gonna soak up some of this juice here. That is a winner, guys. Cheers, everybody. Lots of smoke flavor from that apple moonshine, the VIP barrel. Golly, you taste that jalapeno and that garlic. It's not overpowering though, just really elevates that beef flavor. Let's go in and take a bite with our asparagus. Little combo bite. Just like that there. Man. This is completely different than your regular steak. If you're looking for something new to try, this is what I suggest, guys. Let's give a taste of the fillet side. It's gonna be extra tender. Boy, it sure is. Extra juicy. All right, that's all I got today, guys. I appreciate y'all for stopping by Six Brothers Beef. Until next time, hopefully y'all like this stuff and you subscribe, and I'll see you at the next cook. Between her